Okay, so this is part two of my explanation of the word Yeshar'Al, which was translated as Israel, but that's an anglicized translation. Sometimes you will see the word Israel with a Y, and people still pronounce it Yeshar'Al. Now, I want to look at it. I want to look at this according to what people are saying. Some people are saying because of misdirection by people who don't know the language or purposely are trying to deceive you. What people are trying to convince you, if you don't know the language, is that the name Yisrael has the word Isis, Ra, and El, three names of deities of other gods, which is, it truly is an outlandish claim. And without name calling, I'm going to show you this. Okay. Now, first things first, um, the first letter makes the yi sound, okay? And the second letter makes the sh sound, okay? And this is a fact. And so the first two letters, people are claiming that it stands for the name Isis. Number one, Isis, it's literally four letters. And so how can you take two letters and say this stands for Isis? You don't see that's reaching. You don't see that's really trying to force it in. And number one, the first letter, which makes the ye sound, doesn't make the I sound. It has a meaning in the name Yisharal. Okay, the core letters of Yisharal is basically the the shan symbol with the ra'ash symbol, which means shar. And for you to divide it and say no, it doesn't mean shar, it means Isis, is something special, for anyone to even claim that. Why would you even consider that? Like, it would be nice to study the language and get a strong foundation. That way, when people come at you and say this means that, you could just take it and throw it in the trash because it's trash. Let's look at the second claim. The second claim is that the name Yisrael has the name of Ra in it. Wow. Do you know how many languages have a letter in their language that makes the R sound? So every time you hear the R sound in any word, it must mean Ra. Is this what you is this what you believe? Those who actually believe that there's a false god in the name Yisharal, every time you hear the word Ra. So what you are, let me ask you a question. Those who believe that the word Ra is in the name Yisharal, will you stop pronouncing the Ra sound in words? You're not going to call anybody whose name Robert because you think that they have the name Ra in it. Do you know how outlandish that sounds? Number one, the Ra'ash symbol does not make the Ra sound. It makes R, okay? Not the RAH sound, okay? Now let's look at the last two letters, L. L in the Bible, sometimes people call it Al or El. It simply means God. And so a Canaanite god was called El. He was basically called a title. So that doesn't mean that every time you hear the word El, now you're talking about a Canaanite god. It's simply like the word the Lord. The Lord could mean master, it could mean owner, uh, simply the Lord, and it's just a title. So if a God was called the Lord, does that mean that it takes away the meaning of the word Lord? No, it doesn't. This kind of thinking is outlandish. Do you know how many people's names in the Bible has the word al at the end of it? Okay, Gabriel has the word al at the end of it. So I mean, like, so many words. Like right now, on top of my head, I can't think it, but so many words have al in it. Yah said in Psalms 82 that we are gods. Do you understand that that means something? That means that we can have the word al in our name, and it means God. And God simply means mighty power. It just means power. So if a false god was called power, and by the way, the Tower of Babel really happened. That means other other nations throughout the beginning of the foundation after Noah landed, they all spoke one language. So if a Canaanite has the word Al in their language, and and Israel has the word all in their language, and then an Arabic person has the word all in their language, does that mean that it all means something else? They all mean God. Like there is a unity in the language, and that's what I teach. My name is Aitari, and Yah showed me the origins of ancient biblical Hebrew, and it has the origin of the original language of all the nations that were around during the Tower of Babel. Okay, so this claim that there's three gods in the name Yeshar'Al, it's unfounded. It's outlandish, and I'm really truly not name calling. It truly is. You can only come to this conclusion if, number one, you don't have a foundation in in 101 linguistics. Like, you don't even need to take a course in linguistics. So every time you hear the word, the ra sound, in every single word, are you going to really think that it's a false god? Come on, people. We have to do better. Let's look at what the name Yisrael really means. And this is part two. This second portion, I already reviewed it in part one, but I'm going to put it together because this is a second video. I forgot to include it. And so this is my lesson. Let me know what you think. Do you still believe that Yisrael, the name that Yahweh gave his people, truly has the name of three gods in it, all because some Jordan Maxwell Illuminati, and yes, he's Illuminati. Okay, because he said so? I don't think so. If you haven't watched part one of this video to get a full understanding, I'll put the link above. Go ahead and check it out.